Welcome back. I am the broke expat traveling around Southeast Asia. Currently in the Philippines, just a few days here before Christmas. We're going to talk a lot about different things today. The first up, just crossed another milestone in my gambling recovery. 1,000 days. About 3 days ago now, gambled for 25 plus years, mostly a poker player. If you want to find out more about that, you can watch some of my other videos. Won't go into it too much. Other than saying the thing that I notice most is if you gamble for 25 years and then quit, you don't really know much about yourself. So there's that. I'm here in the living room, unair conditioned, so I whipped myself up a instant coffee banana smoothie. These things are fire. And it's been a long journey. The first year is all about the quitting. I haven't counted days for quite a while. And then the second, and I guess I'm at very close to 3 years, somewhere in there. But the main thing I'm doing is, like I kind of said, finding out about myself, I guess. That really seems to be what's going on most. That also completely broke, interestingly enough. The gamble me, actually, if you would have told me before I set out on this journey that would end up in this exact spot, right? Being broke 1,000 days into this, I would say something like, see, no reason to quit. So there's that. I thought that was some interesting gambling humor. If you don't gamble, it might be hard to relate to that. Actually, I have a few friends that have quit drinking. I try to relate to them. I have never drank. Actually, the amount of alcohol I've consumed, you probably put in my hand. So oftentimes I say to them, oh, why don't you just quit drinking? The same way they say, oh, why don't you just quit gambling? So I always find that interesting. There are some benefits, right? To the non-drinking thing. The reactions I get are normally what happened. It tastes terrible. I can't imagine why anybody does it. That's the first thing from the alcohol I have had. I often can't figure out why they don't quit. Probably the same way it is with me. The buddy that I know, I'm not going to name him. He probably watches the channel, as does probably everybody I know. And we have these discussions. There is a lot of upside to the not drinking thing. One thing, the dating, girls often think that's great. So, and then maybe there's a few that, want me to drink with them. So, buddies would call me up in Las Vegas and take me out. Oh, we'll buy you all the water. I was never at risk of drinking, and they knew that. I wasn't the buddy who quit drinking. So if you're out there drinking in front of him or whatever, he might join in, and so there's that. I was never at risk of that. However, like I said, it does have some downsides. Life probably would have been a little bit different. I spent all my money gambling. So there you have it. One other interesting thing, I get a lot of questions, and because of the videos that I've done about my gambling problem, I don't really call it an addiction. It's, you know, I went through it like knowing I needed to quit, but didn't want to quit. I swore it off a few times, maybe only halfway serious. And so there's that. Um, that's smooth. So, I mean, it's kind of like with the drinking thing, right? You get to, I guess, have this hangover and then swear it off and tell your buddies call you up and want to go drinking. It's kind of the same thing with me. I had a lot of poker player friends. Still have those friends. They often call me up wondering if I'm back on. But it's been good. To answer that question too, things are much better than they've ever been in my life. I may be experiencing, you know, being broke, having problems, but it's nothing like taking your money into a casino and losing everything you have. So it's got that going for it. The other thing, because of my videos, I've had some experts contact me about the gambling thing. Actually, done a few interviews. They're interested in talking to me a little bit. Maybe even some of the top experts in the field, which again was very interesting to me because I contend that gambling is not much of an addiction. It's a lot like video game addiction or Christianity or Bitcoin or all these things that people kind of get sucked into that are, people I feel like get disappointed in as time goes on. My question to them was, have any of you been addicted to gambling? Which of course was no. And, really, I always, like I said, married 3 times and stuff. I was optimistic, maybe overly optimistic of what I would be able, or what might happen, or I'd win a poker tournament. Lots of wins and stuff, of course. That's one of the things about gambling, and what keeps you going is chasing the money. But done with it all now, done with that life now, and finding my way. It became quite clear. The story behind quitting was one is I got sick of poker, for one thing. And that's one thing they kind of mentioned, that therapies and Gamblers Anonymous, which I found out most people, Gamblers Anonymous, actively gamble, aren't that effective. It normally runs its course, and they get sick of it and move on. That's normally how the quitting thing works. The next thing it was interesting is video poker is the last thing gamblers normally gamble on before quitting. I made video poker videos to try to get monetized, and then I kind of transitioned to what the vlog is now, more of a journey as traveling and what happened. I kind of like watching the videos and looking back, maybe as a reminder of what life was, living that. It's remarkable how you could kind of put yourself there watching the videos. But it's a holiday season. Again, another time that's not very great for gamblers for many reasons. Some of the most gambling goes on over the holidays, and gamblers often spend the holidays alone. But not in the Philippines. So we're going to transition more over to that and talk about that. I get lots of questions, and of course, comments below if you have any. Anybody could really do this. My main thing is I'd rather not deal with struggling in the United States. I didn't get a lot of time to travel or money, when you're in this weird gambling cycle that you just repeat over and over again, going broke and scrambling, and was married and all that good stuff. So it's nice to get out and see different things. Interesting enough, a vlogger, a well-known vlogger, passed away over here. I wouldn't say I knew him. I would say I was more familiar with him, but that's one thing that I think is important for many of you watching this, that, and this is maybe how I feel, you only live once, and maybe at some point I have to return to the United States to work, but until then, I will just continue on and trying my best. I mean, I was kind of, again, goes very closely with the gambling thing. I mean, I continued because I wanted to continue, and that's what keeps me going here. I want to continue. I don't have any, I don't have any passive income. I have no retirement. I'm facing a very, difficult and maybe ugly future, starting to deal with many different medical things that I'm, maybe scary, notably the ringing in my head. That's no fun. I have this weird condition where just die. It's happened to me a few times. Went to the hospital in Las Vegas for 4 or 5 hours. They ran a lot of tests on me, and including a drug test, and told me only that I had THC in my system, which was, and served me a bill for 16 grand, which was crazy. So, I mean, that again is kind of the reason I'm over here. Healthcare, dental care. I'm trying to get my prescription filled. It's been a couple years, and I cannot see well, frankly. The last pair of glasses I got, this was when I was married, were $600. I got 2 pairs of glasses last go round here for, I believe it was $180. And then I have the, transition and the progressive and all that stuff. So, that helps. If you're paying rent in the United States, you should, and, loan for the holidays, and dealing with what I feel like many men are dealing with, you should dump that situation. There's no real, way to put it. Life is better, but it's not perfect. without a doubt. Again, I battle a difficult future with my, aging and medical and the different things that I need to do. I had a full panel screening about maybe a couple years now. I definitely could use another one for $20. Checked all the things that they thought would be important, cholesterol and whatnot, and it felt good that nothing was wrong. However, things go wrong, and kind of circling back to what I was saying, and something does go wrong, God forbid. Last time I had the whole dying thing, well, I was in northern Thailand. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, one second I'm here, next second I'm gone. I will tell you from experiencing that now like 4 or 5 times, it's less scary. I'll tell you that. So there you have it. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this thing up, and I gotta get back on some work here. Got a long night ahead of me, and if I don't see you again, Merry Christmas, and leave your comments and questions below, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'll see you on the next video.